Okay, hi everybody. Sorry I'm a little bit late. I was having some technical difficulties. So if you remember, my name is Taylor and I'm from Jacobs Creek Watershed Association. And today what I wanted to show you all was how to use the iNaturalist app. So the iNaturalist app is an app that allows you to share or take photos that you have taken outside while you're on your nature walk or just walking down the sidewalk, etc. And you can upload the photos to that app and it will tell you what kind of plant or animal that you're looking at, and it'll tell you the specific species as well. Sometimes it's not completely accurate, it's just giving you its best guess, but in the end you get to choose what looks the best match. So how I wanted to show you this today, I tried really hard to figure out how to share my iPhone screen to the computer, and I could not figure it out. So what I've done is recorded I have an iPhone, so it's going to look a little bit different if you have an Android, but I've recorded my screen and I'm going to walk you through how to use the iNaturalist app. So hopefully this works out. Hopefully this video works. So I'm going to turn the camera around. And first what we want to do is download the app. So I have an iPhone, so I'm going to go to the App Store, which is right here, and I'm going to type in iNaturalist. So then I'm going to scroll down to this icon. This is what the iNaturalist app looks like. I already have it downloaded, so it says open, but if you do not already have it downloaded, then go ahead and download that. So this is what you're looking for on your phone if you haven't already downloaded the app. So then once you open your app, it's going to ask you to log in. I'm already logged in, but you can either create a username and password, you can log in with Facebook or Google, I believe, as well. So this is what my home screen looks like, just because I already have a lot of observations. But if you have not played around with this app yet, then your profile might look a little bit empty. So as you can see on the bottom, there are a bunch of different tabs. There's Explore, there's Activity, there's Observe, Me, and More. So just to give you a feel for how this app works, I'm going to go to the first tab, which will be Explore. So what it's giving me here is a map. So this pinpoint, this little blue dot, that is where I am currently at. So for you, wherever you are, the blue dot is going to be the exact location that you are at right now. And then this little blue pinpoint, that is an observation that I have made here in my house. And as you zoom out, you are able to see everyone around you who has made an observation. So all of these little pinpoints means that somebody has used the iNaturalist app and they have logged a plant or animal, and this is the specific location where they saw that plant and animal. So it's really cool. So what you can do is actually click on one and it will bring you to what this person saw. So I just clicked randomly on one, and someone around us saw a white-fronted goose. And it has their picture that they took, and it has the location of where they're at, and at the bottom it has like a scale. So once you upload a photo, and I'll talk more about this later, but once you upload a photo, first you identified it, okay? And because we can see all these other people around us, they are able to see what you have posted as well, as long as you give them access to that. So they can see what you posted, and they will agree or disagree with the species that you have chosen. So what happened in this instance is someone saw that someone posted that they saw a greater white-fronted goose. They looked at the picture, and based on their knowledge, they agreed, okay, yes, this is a white-fronted goose. So I believe at least 2 people need to do that, and maybe more, but I believe it's at least 2 people, and then you can get to the middle part. And then once you get even more identifications, once more people around us agree, then it becomes research grade. So that means that the simple photo that you took outside of an animal, because so many people agreed with the species of what you've chosen, so because so many people agreed with that, it can now be used in scientific research. So iNaturalist sends the data and all the pictures that we have collected to different institutions, and they can use our photos in research. So it's something really cool. So not only are you figuring out what is around you, but you're also contributing to scientific research once enough people have okayed your photo. So that's the first tab, that's the Explore. The next tab is Activity. So this is what mine looks like, because as I said before, I have a few identifications. So under my content, this is where it shows up when someone like okays your photo. So I posted 6 days ago, I posted a picture of a red-winged blackbird that I saw in the yard, and somebody suggested that ID for it as well. So this just shows me anytime someone agrees or makes changes to the photos that I've uploaded. And then there is news here up at the top as well. And this is where iNaturalist just shows you some cool articles about different species and things that are going on in the world and scientific community. So it's a way to keep updated on events. So then this is my me profile, like I said before. So any observations, any photos that I've taken, they show up here. And I'll show you how to go through the photo process, but I just wanted to go through all the tabs first. And then at the end, yeah, those are all my species. The little number means that someone checked it off. This is what it looks like when you click on one of my photos. And then we have the More tab on the very bottom right. So here it says Projects and Guides. So one thing is, not only can you use this just for your enjoyment, like just because you saw something and you want to know what it is, but you can also contribute to specific organization projects. So under projects here, there are 2 that I am joined to. So coming up at the end of April, there's this huge nature challenge, which I'll post more about later, where you can go outside, and any photos that you take will be collected for this city nature challenge, and it's actually a competition. So the more species that you identify, the more photos that you take, the higher you get up on the list, and it's just a fun competition to do. And then I also have here the JCWA Nature Watch. This is a challenge that we have created. It's just a way for us to keep track of any species that are in the watershed. So anytime you take a photo and it's within our watershed, we can see it here under our project. So it's another cool thing that you can contribute to, and that's under the More tab. And then it'll show you any projects that are going on in your area. And then under Guides, people have created guides for you to look at. So this one is for birds, and it has a bunch of photos of birds that you can look at just for your own enjoyment and knowledge, so you can see what a bunch of species look like. So now is the most important part. It's the observation part, so this is the very middle tab. And this is where you go to take photos while you're on the app. So you can see here, it looks like a camera. You have the green button, that's your camera button. Over here you have what looks like pictures of photos, so you don't have to upload your photos right away. If you're outside and you don't have internet, you can upload your photos later. So you're going to click on this to do that. And then if you don't have any photos, you just want to post what species you think you saw and where, you can do that as well. So what I did here is an example. We're going to do real photos later, but right now I just took a picture of a flower that I found online. So I hit the green button to take the photo, and then it's going to look like this. It's going to give you the option to retake the photo or to go next and to continue. So go ahead and hit the green button, which is the next button. It's going to save the photo to your phone for you to have, and it's also going to upload it to the app. So here, this is what the screen is going to look like once you've taken your photo. So this is the photo that we've uploaded, and then here is the next step. So this is where you're going to pick the species that you think you saw, or it will suggest a species for you as well. So it says, what did you see? View suggestions. So we're going to go ahead and click on that button. And this is what the screen is going to look like. So it is going to give you a bunch of different suggestions for what it thinks your photo represents. So it has a bunch of different flowers. If it is pretty sure that it is something, it's going to say this. It's going to say, we're pretty sure this is in this species. And then it's going to give you its best guesses at the bottom. It doesn't always give you this, like they're pretty sure. Sometimes they're not pretty sure. But when they are, that's a pretty good choice to just click on that. But if you don't think it's their suggestion, then just go ahead and keep scrolling down, and you can choose what you think it is. So we're just gonna scroll through all of the options. And I chose the first one. So now it has my photo, it has what I think it is. Then at the bottom it has all of these extra categories. So you can write any notes that you have here that interest you. And then we have the date. The date is the next thing. So you can go ahead and choose the date and the time and just scroll through and choose. And then we have the location. So a lot of times it's really good at like knowing the location based on where the photo was taken. So sometimes you don't even have to mess with it, just because every time you take a photo, it's also marking your location. So it'll do that automatically usually, but sometimes it doesn't, and you can just go on the map and move the arrow along to where it is. The next thing is geoprivacy. That's where you can select if you want people to see your location or not. I do encourage you to do this because that's what the map was when I showed you on Explore. If you don't have your privacy open, then you cannot see pinpoints on the map. But that's up to you. If you're just using it just for fun, that's totally okay. So depending on what you're feeling, you can keep your privacy open, you can keep it private, etc. So that is where you will choose that option. Next we have if the thing that's in your photo is captive or non-captive. So this would be like, let's say you're at the zoo and you took a picture of a zebra. You can upload it onto the app, but they want to know if you saw it in the wild or if you saw it in captivation. So this is where you would say yes or no, it was captivated. So I'm going to say most of the times you're gonna have to say no to that. But if you are in like a zoo setting, then you can say yes, that species is captive. And then finally, we have projects. So like I said, you can contribute to specific projects that are going on in your area. Sometimes when you upload a photo, it'll do that automatically. Like for JCWAs, if you just post a photo that's in our watershed, it'll do it automatically. But sometimes you'll have to manually put your photos in there. So if you want to, you can select the project that you want to contribute to. And then that's everything for this screen. And you can hit, at the bottom there is a share button. So you just hit this share button, and now I'm back on my Me profile, and it shows the photo uploading. So this is where everything that you've taken a photo of will be, and my flower photo is now uploading. And once that's gone, so now the green loading bar is gone, and this is what my screen looks like. So I have the photo, I have my species, I have the date and time, the location, all of that information that we put on we can see again. And then I just deleted it because that wasn't a real flower. So now what we're gonna do, let me flip the screen around. Now what we're gonna do is go outside real quick. It is a little bit chilly, but if you wanna come outside with me and take a few photos, and I will show you, we already did it the live way, but I'm gonna show you how to take photos when you don't have internet, and we'll come back and upload those on the app together. So I'm gonna walk outside, and we're gonna walk around and just take some photos of some plants that we see out there. So let's go to the outdoors. So the closer you can get to what you're looking at, the better. If you're watching like a bird, then it's understandable that your photo is going to be far away, but you just want to do your best to zoom in, as much as you can. That way the computer has a better chance of identifying what you're looking at. Okay, so I'm outside. I just went to a tree, and I already know what's on this tree. If you see this green stuff, that's lichen, but I'm going to take a photo of it anyway, and we will upload it to the app, and it will tell me what it is. I'm going to take a photo of this tree as well. Even though there's not a lot of leaves on this tree, you can tell what a tree is by the type of bark that it has. So even if I just take a picture of the bark, I can upload it to the app, and it will be able to tell me what type of tree this is. So just walk around your yard right now. If you have time, you don't have to do it now. But just walk around and try to get some photos. Right here we have of the dandelion. Any little flowers, we have these little purple flowers coming up. So you can take photos of anything. I'm just walking around my yard. There's some fallen leaves on the ground. You can do that as well. So we're just taking some photos. I see there's some moss over here, so we can take some photos of different mosses. Anything that is alive, we can take photos of. So even like these bushes, I'm putting my hand behind it just so it's a little bit easier to see in the photo. So those are just some instances. You want to make sure that the photo is as best quality as you can get it. That way you have a chance of getting better data whenever you put it on the app. So the better your pictures, the better result you're going to get. So now I'm going to go back and I'll show you how to upload those to the app. Okay. So now that we've taken all of our photos, we are going to go back onto the app, and so we're going back to our home screen. And just like we did when we were doing it live, so you do have the option of taking a photo and uploading it right away, which we did under the Observe app, but you can do it later as well. So if we just went outside, we took a bunch of photos, so we can upload all of those photos right now instead of doing it in the moment. So we're gonna go to the Observe tab, the little camera, and I selected on the Photo tab on the bottom. So now I can click on this little square and it'll bring me to my camera roll, and I can select any photos that I've taken. So I selected the lichen photo that I took, I hit the next button, and now we're at that screen again. So I went to my species, I went to what did you see, and then it'll select the photos. We have a question that says, are people notified when people nearby have posted? How do IDs happen so quickly? So I don't have my notifications on. I don't believe you can get notified when someone has posted near you, but if you're just on the Explore app, you can easily see when someone has posted. No matter what species it is, you can see that someone has posted near you. The IDs happen so quickly because of artificial intelligence, which is in the app. So basically, a computer is able to look at your photo and it can identify all the little details within your photo, and then it'll compare it to like a database. So someone has uploaded all of this information about every single species, and it will compare your photo to that database, and then it can make you a suggestion based on all of that information. So basically, it's just a really smart computer. It's able to look at your photo, and it's able to make you suggestions for what it thinks are in those photos. Now, sometimes it isn't always correct, but that's why it gives us other options. So like my lichen photo, it does think it's lichen, but it has other options for me to select as well in case we don't think that this is correct. So you are able to make your own suggestion as well. So I hope that helps. With that question, thank you for asking. So now I'm uploading the photos that I took outside, and I'm just going to select the species. I'm going to go with the most popular one. And then like we did before, we're just going to go through all of these suggestions. So I'm going to do the date, my location, my geoprivacy is open so other people can see it. It was not captive, and I'm not going to put it in any projects. And then I can hit the share button, and it's going to start loading. And once it's complete, then that bar will disappear. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask, but I'm just going to keep going through the photos that we've taken outside and uploading them. But if you have any questions, you can certainly ask. Okay, so next I'm going to upload the tree bark that I've taken. Ooh, that's my face. Okay, and then I've got my photo. I hit next here at the bottom, and I'm going to the species. So once again, it's going to give its best suggestions for what it thinks that tree is. This one is a little bit harder because it doesn't have leaves. And even if you choose like the wrong species, it's okay. That's why so many people have to okay your photo before it can become research grade, because sometimes we do make a mistake and choose something that it is not. And it's totally okay if you do that. This is more so now you have an idea of what you're looking at outside. Even if it's not exactly what it is, you have an idea of something that it's similar to. But most of the time it's pretty accurate, which is why it's cool. So now I'm uploading a picture of the dandelion. I went to my camera roll and uploaded it. So now, once again, I'm going to what did you see? And you can upload more than one photo, so that's what I'm doing here, just to give you guys an example. So if you took more than one photo of like the dandelion, you can go ahead and add it. You can keep adding as many photos as you want up here, basically to make your data better. So the more photos, the better as well. So you can upload as many photos as you want to this one thing. I'm looking for my species. It's a dandelion. And sometimes it also won't give you, sometimes it'll give you like the family. It won't give you, it won't go like down all of the species. It can just give you the order or something like that. But then other people can narrow it down farther. So you don't have to identify like the specific species it is sometimes, even if you're just close to the order or the family that it's in, that is acceptable as well. So that's just uploading. And now I'm doing another one. So I went to the photos, I went to my camera roll, I selected this one, the moss, I hit next at the bottom. Once again, I'm just going through all of the boxes. So I'm selecting the species. It gives me a bunch of different moss species it thinks it could be. I didn't think it looked like the silvery one, so I chose this common one. And it'll tell you if it looks very similar, if other species have been found in your area, and that's why it thinks it is a common match. So it could be different factors. So I'm just going through all of our photos and uploading them. This is the last one. I'm gonna add 2 of them. So I hit next and then I hit that little box and I can upload a second photo as well. And I hit next. And then it'll load all the species that it thinks it could be. So just scroll through and pick the one that you think matches your photo the best. And sometimes it can be hard, but like I said, it is okay if you don't make the exact right choice. Someone else will look at your photo and they will double check it for you. And you'll get notified when someone double checks your photo for you. That's what will be an activity. So you will get notified when somebody has interacted with the photo that you uploaded. And now I'm showing you, so before when I showed you my map, there was only one little thing. But now, if I go on here, it shows me all the little, all the photos that I've taken. So, and it did this automatically, so it knows where I was when I took those photos. So I can click on these pinpoints and it will tell me, it'll show me the photo. So I clicked on one of the points and it shows me the tree photo that I uploaded, and it shows the location and how many people looked at my photo, if someone's approved it. So it's very cool. So you can see all the pinpoints on the map, whether it's yours or whether it is somebody else's as well. Okay, well, that's pretty much it. I didn't think this was going to take an hour, but I will stay on for a little bit if you have any questions about the app. They also have a website as well. I believe it's just iNaturalist.org. There you can do a little bit more things, but the app is more handheld and easier to work with whenever you're just walking outside. So that's why I did the app tutorial, so you can see what your screen's going to look like. I do have an iPhone, so it might look a little bit different if you have an Android. But overall, it should be the same steps, the same tabs, etc. And I hope you guys thought it was pretty friendly. You just take a photo and mark your location and the species. It generates the species suggestion pretty quickly, so it doesn't take up a lot of time. So as you're walking around, you can easily take a photo, upload it right there, or you can do it when you get home as well, and it'll give you suggestions for what you're seeing. So overall, it's pretty cool just for you, so you know what you're looking at. But like I said, if enough people okay your guess of what the species is, then it will become research grade, and the photos that you're taking just for fun will be used in scientific research and put in a database. So it's pretty cool that you're contributing to something, and you have the projects as well. So if there's a specific thing, like if you really like bird watching, there are projects dedicated just to bird watching. So as you're bird watching, if you take some photos, you can upload it and you can contribute to specific projects and help like a specific project. If someone's specifically looking for birds, then you're going to help that individual group, but also a larger group as well once it's uploaded to the database. So it's helpful for local organizations. This app is also very popular. A lot of local conservation groups use it. If you see somebody using an app that they're using to identify a species, it probably is iNaturalist. So that's why I wanted to do that tutorial, because it is getting very popular in this area. And we are going here at Jacobs Creek Watershed Association. We do like doing activities with iNaturalist, so I encourage people to use it just when they're doing scavenger hunts or something, because it's just useful so you know what you're looking at. I'm going to be uploading a cool monthly scavenger hunt. You're not required to use iNaturalist, but you can gladly use that as a tool to try and find things easier. So probably later today, I'm going to be uploading a calendar, and it's going to have a specific species that you can try and find for every single day. So I came up with that idea. I thought it was pretty cool. I hope you guys like it. So I'll post that later, and I encourage you guys to go outside. Still follow the CDC rules though. Try to stay 6 feet across from people. Even if you're just going out into your backyard and exploring, that's great. So I'll be uploading that. And then also at the end of March, not the end of March, the end of April, there is a City Nature Challenge. And that is based in Pittsburgh and through all the suburbs. So we are doing one out here. You don't have to go to a physical place, but during the weekend, I believe it's like April 24th, 25th, and 26th, anything that, any photos that you take outside, if you upload them to that project, they'll be uploaded that, and you'll be contributing to like a competition. So you can even get like a team together if your family just wants to go out and explore, and take photos and upload them to the iNaturalist app. You guys can become a team for that competition, and like thousands and thousands of people participate in this competition. So it's just a pretty fun way. It's encouraging you to get outside, but also if you're competitive, it can be fun. So you can see all the other people that you're versing. There's you get first place for most species identified, and then I think there's first place for most observations, so like more photos than different species. So that's just something that's coming up, and you can see it on the app too under projects. Okay, well, I want to thank you guys for joining me today. Keep checking our Facebook. Like I said, I'm going to upload that monthly scavenger hunt. I hope you guys participate in that. It'll be a lot of fun. If you have any questions, feel free to message us or comment. I will try to respond. And other than that, I hope you guys have a great day, and thank you for joining me. Okay, bye.